Beau and I were fortunate enough to work with Hal Ashby, a total master.
Yeah, we bookended.
Beau did his first, I did his last.
We bookended his career. Yeah, what a great. I think one of the greatest, American directors of all time.
And Hal, he was, God, he had such art cojones. He would, we would have the script for Hal was just a kind of an outline. He wasn't locked in stone at all, and. How can I talk about this? It's such a weird experience. Well, I'm kind of on a roll now with it. I got to finish it off. This is a movie called 8 Million Ways to Die. And I remember when Hal came to me with this project, said, I want to make this project. And it really didn't seem like a Hal Ashby project, the script I read. And I asked Hal why he wanted to make it. It was about a cop, an alcoholic cop. And Hal said, well, that's a really good question. I guess that's why I want to make it. I want to find out why I want to make it. But he was drawn to it, and he says, it's not going to be anything like this script. It's going to be more into the substance abuse and that kind of thing. So we went for it, and it turned out the producer of the movie really had no faith in Hal's approach. And I can imagine from the financier's point of view how frightening it would be, because you'd see the dailies, the stuff you see from the day before, and it's nothing like the script. You say, well, what is this guy doing? And so this producer had a spy on the set and put a spy in the set, and Hal just beautifully, loved the guy, and got the guy in on our team, and it turns out the guy was an alcoholic. And he was my technical advisor on the show. He became Hal. I would go up to Hal. I would have a large scene about having to stand up at an AA meeting and give a speech, and there was nothing written. And I would go to Hal. I'd say, well, what are we going to do for this? He said, oh, you'll figure it out. Go talk to Bobby. And so I'd go over there, and the more we got him working on the thing, the more he fell a part of it, and he became kind of our ally. But we would just do total improv like that with Hal. And then the sad thing, it's one of the saddest experiences I've had making movies. Hal, who is, of course, an award-winning editor, he gave it to his editor to assemble and took off for a week. And in that week, the producer came and kidnapped the film, fired Hal, and proceeded to cut the film just totally against the grain. And that was such a heartbreaking, thing, and just destroyed Hal. He was such a cool cat, man. Hal, I remember he said it was Andy Garcia's first movie, and we just had a wonderful time on it. And he said to both Andy and myself, he said, when this is over, I'm going to get a little bungalow in Malibu. I'm going to set up an editing bay there, and I'm going to invite you guys over to edit your scenes, because I think you'll come up with some good ideas,